welcome to another verbatim class. Today's class is on geography, featuring China. We're going to talk about this rather large country and its culture, languages, and how the country has grown rapidly in the last 30 years. All this in a few minutes. Now, we often use the word China to describe the People's Republic of China, which is its full name. Its flag is rather simple. It's a red flag with 5 stars, 1 large star surrounded by 3 smaller stars to its right. China is one of the largest countries in the world. In fact, China is the 3rd largest. Hi, Sarah.
Good night, Simon. How are you?
Good evening. Yes, it's good to see you, Luis.
Yes, good evening. Not good night. Good evening.
There you go.
Good night and bye-bye.
You know what? If one more person says good night to me, I'm going to hang up the class and go to bed.
But are you tired?
I am. I am a little tired, yeah.
You look tired.
Yeah, well, I work all day, and then I come home, and I teach English, and before I know it, it's ready for bed. So it makes for a long day.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Nice
Welcome
to see
back.
you again.
Thank you. It was, what, just an hour ago, 2 hours ago.
I know.
Yeah. Well, welcome. And what did we talk about at last class?
Last class we talk about how to talk with people the first time you see them, what you should to talk about, what you should never talk about. Yeah, something like that. No voice. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
Oh, no, now it's okay.
Uh-oh.
Now it's okay.
Okay, good. Because today we're going to talk about geography, and we're focusing on the country of China, or its official name is actually not China. Does anybody know what the official name for the country is?
Chicken.
It's not chicken.
Chicken? Oh.
No, it's the People's Republic of China.
I don't know
Okay.
really.
Now, has anybody heard of another country called the Republic of China?
No.
Lau.
Taiwan.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Taiwan?
The rest of the world know off the coast of China. Okay. The People's Republic of China is what we know as China. Now, I think, and Lau, you can correct me on this, but I think it was in the late 40s, there was a revolution in China, and Mao Zedong took power to form the Communist Party and changed the name to the Republic of China. At least that's, we call the country China. I think in Chinese, how do you say, or in Mandarin? No, Guang something. Oh, what's I've forgotten. Chonghua.
Tsinghua.
Yeah. In English, we name the country China after a famous leader, Qin. We call it China. But the official name is the People's Republic of China, and the official name of Taiwan is the Republic of China. So what happened during the revolution is Taiwan didn't go along with the revolution, I guess. They kept the original form of government. And to this day, there's an internal disagreement between China and Taiwan, and I won't get into that. That's what I would call an internal matter. But we're going to get into all sorts of goodies today as we talk about China. So that was a brief introduction. Let's say hi to Daniel. Daniel, how are you this evening? Daniel, you're on mute. Or Daniel's having problems. See, guys, this is what happens when you use electronic devices while you're flying a plane. All right, Lau, how are you, Lau?
I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent. So, interesting, this class you've come to is all about your home country.
Yes, it's very interesting for me. Interested for me. Yeah.
Yeah, you can fact check. If anything I say is incorrect, please let us know.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So China is a large country. Now, there's 4 countries that I would consider the top 4 countries in terms of land mass. So largest. Okay. What are the top 4 countries?
Top 4
Yeah.
is Russia, China,
China's the 3rd largest.
Canada.
Canada's the 2nd largest.
India or US.
US, followed by Brazil.
Taiwan is the name of China.
No, Taiwan is also officially known as the Republic of China.
Okay.
Okay. The People's Republic of China is the official name of China. So when we say China, we think of the People's Republic of China. That's that large country. Taiwan is just an island.
Actually, after the World War II, Taiwan, just like the East Germany and the West Germany in Germany, Taiwan and China, one is a Democratic Party, one is a Communist Party. The one country divided into the 2 countries.
Yes. So that's an excellent way to describe Taiwan and China. So if we go back to 1930, China and Taiwan are one country. Well, there was a revolution, and this revolution, it didn't exactly take a few months. It took many years. And I think it took until 1949 when Liaoning, or Shenyang, which is in the very far north, to finally come under communist rule. But Taiwan never did. Okay, so a little bit of the political history of China. And of course today, China believes that Taiwan is part of China, and Taiwan thinks, well, no, we're our own country. And to complicate matters, we talked about politics before, the US kind of sides with Taiwan, which makes this a very, very touchy subject.
I love China.
Why do you love China?
Because when I buy toy, they always write "Made in China." I think China is a place for toy.
Well, they don't just make toys. China makes a lot of stuff, and you know what, guys? That's one of the interesting things we're going to talk about in this class is everything that China is making. Okay, we'll get to that in a little bit. But I want everybody to be able to go into Google Drive and click on Hangout Notes, and in there you'll see I've got a map of the world. And you can see the dark green, that is China, the Republic of China. That light green to the right, that is Taiwan. Okay, so we know China is the 3rd largest country in the world. What about in population? Which is the largest country in the world in terms of population?
It's China.
Yeah.
More than 1 billion.
More than 1 billion? Who knows the exact number? Well, close to the number. It's hard to get the exact number.
Almost 1.6 billion, if I can remember here.
Really, 1.6. See, the last number I was familiar with is 1.4. So,
Some numbers are hiding.
well,
You know.
okay, so what we would say in that way is those numbers aren't accurate. A more accurate number is 1.6 billion.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So to let you guys know, so we have an official source here, it's 1.6, but to give you an idea, you will see numbers reported from 1.35 billion to 1.6. Luis, what is the population of Brazil?
Brazil, it's more than 200 million. I believe it's about, nowadays, it's about 220 million.
Okay, so Luis, you realize that China is 8 times as large as Brazil in terms of population.
Oh, yes.
That's huge.
Yes.
All right, Sarah, what is the population of your country?
Oil.
How many people live in your country?
A little, not two more, not one.
How
Maybe
many?
1 million.
1 million?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Maybe less.
imagine this then. So you've got 1 million people in your country. That is 1,000. China is 1,600 times bigger.
I know.
That's huge.
I like small place.
500 years ago, the population of the world was 1 million. Incredibly big.
Yeah.
Okay. What language do they speak in China?
China language.
Okay, that's not a language.
I
Nice
know
try.
Mandarin,
Ah,
but there is more too, I guess.
okay, before I ask Lao to
Mandari.
say, I want to get you guys, outsiders, to see if you can guess.
Maybe I should to go to Google and write China and see what.
No. Well, Mandarin is very popular, but there's another language that is considered very popular as well, especially in the south, in Guangdong or Hong Kong.
So I don't know.
Can, Ton, anyone?
Cantonese.
Yeah, Cantonese.
But actually, in each different province, they usually has their own dialect. So just name it with a province name, like Sichuanese or Cantonese. Canton is a province, so you can just end the "nis" at the end of the province name to represent the.
Hunanese.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Shandongese. Liaoning.
Yes.
Well, having an English tongue, I can really do a bad job here. But yeah, China has a lot of provinces. Okay. So let's go back to facts and figures about China. So we know in terms of languages that are spoken, so Mandarin and Cantonese are very popular, especially outside of China. But that's true. There are many different dialects or variants, each province having its own. Some provinces might even have more than one. Okay. So what form of government does China have?
I know
It's-
it in Arabic, but in English I don't know what that's.
That's the problem. We need to know it in English, don't we?
Maybe
It's a
Leo know it.
communism government.
Okay, so I hear communist. Lao, is it communist?
I don't know exactly name in English, but I think it's a communist party, one party, and we just have one party here.
Okay, so it's true. It's a one-party system. It's called it's what we would call a communist party system. But is China truly a communist country? Lau, what are some characteristics of communism?
Characters of communism, one party, and no wide democratic role.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Mao, when he came into power, what are some of the things that Mao did?
Mao did?
Yeah, what did he do? What did he do?
Yes, some kind of like dictatorship. Some kind of, yeah.
Communism, but did he not do land reforms where he took over the land and gave it out to the people?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, you know, guaranteed jobs for people, right?
The statization of the economy.
Yeah, he nationalized things. Now,
National.
today in China, let's take a look at things. Is everything nationalized, or now do we have private companies?
Private companies.
Yeah.
Yes, everywhere have private companies, and we were encouraged. Lots of the national company turns to a private company.
Yeah, so there's there's privatization, so it's no longer just government owned, is it?
Yes, yes.
Employment isn't guaranteed anymore, is it?
Yes, it's more like a democratic nation. So we call it as a China-style communist country. I don't know.
Well, and this is what I want people to know, because people think of China as being a communist country. And yes, it still has a communist party, it still has the proletariat, it still has a lot of what happened when China became a communist country, but it doesn't completely function like a communist country anymore. Okay?
Yes, yes.
So, something else about what's happening in China right now. So you've got a government that is a one-party system, right? But it doesn't exactly function as communism. What's another system that starts with a C? Anybody? Starts with C. The U.S. is known as this.
Capitalism.
Capitalist. Okay. Does the U.S. like to say that it's a capitalist country? Who's laughing? Yeah, the U.S. likes to think of itself as a capitalist country. Is it?
No, it isn't.
Why is it not?
You know, now today U.S. is full of the corporatism, and it is so-called capitalism. But
well, let's look at the government
bureaucratic.
first. Let's look at
it's
government.
bureaucratic.
Well, no, because you're talking about, and I know what you're saying, and you're making a good point, but I'm talking about the form of government. Okay? So, do they have welfare in the United States?
I'm sorry?
Does the U.S. have welfare? Luis, does the U.S. have welfare?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, okay. Is that capitalism or is that communism?
Communism.
Yes, it's
Socialism.
It's socialism. Yeah, there's socialism. Yeah, it's true. It's more socialism, but socialism is closer to communism than capitalism, right? Well, what happens if you get laid off work in the U.S.? Do you get money from the government? Yes. Okay. Are workers able to join unions in the United States?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we have unions. These all sound like socialist things, don't they?
They
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got a country like the U.S. known for capitalism, but it has a lot of socialist things. We have free Medicare. Not to everybody, but we have free Medicare. It's called Medicaid. You're given money by the government if you're unemployed, right?
Free education.
Free education, yeah. So education
And
is free to everybody.
Obamacare.
Well, yeah. This sounds more like communism than it does capitalism. Now, let me ask Lau a question, because I don't know a lot about China, but Lau, is everybody able to have a free education in China up to university?
Not up to university, just 12 years, as far as I know. 12 years, you are forced to go to school.
Okay, so 12 years, and then you have to pay for university, right?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody has a right to education, but then you have to pay for it, just like the U.S. Similar system there, right? What about unemployment? In China, if you work and then become unemployed, does the government give you money?
Yes, you can have money from some department.
Okay, what about
unemployment department, maybe.
okay? What about free healthcare? Do you get free healthcare in China?
Healthcare. Some places have, some places don't have.
Okay.
I mean.
So that's why I want to have a discussion here, guys. We've got a country, China. Form of government is communism, but it doesn't follow everything that is the tenets of communism. Free education, free housing, guaranteed access to a job, food. These are basic tenets of communism. But then you've got a system like capitalism that says, everybody must work hard for themselves, no handouts from government, you're on your own, you want a doctor, you have to pay for a doctor. Okay? No one system. Actually, both systems share similar attributes. And China's changing too. Let's talk about the last 30 years. Sarah?
Yes.
Do you have any high-speed trains in your country?
High-speed trains? No, no trains in my country.
Okay, we don't have any in Canada either. Luis, do you have any high-speed trains in your country?
No.
No?
There is not
Okay.
high-speed trains.
All right. Chow, what country are you from?
China.
Okay, so I'm not going to ask you this question yet. What city are you from in China?
I'm from a small city. It's in the middle of China. You may don't know that. So, Anhui province.
Okay, and what size is your city?
What side of my city?
Yeah. 1 million, 2 million?
Oh, it's a small city, very small. It's like a small town. So I don't know. It's maybe 10,000. No.
That is very
Maybe
small for China.
Maybe 100,000. I don't know. It's a small town. So. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Let's see. Obid.
Yes, teacher.
What country are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Okay. So do you have any high-speed trains in your country?
What's the meaning of high speed?
Generally, a high-speed train is a train that goes greater than 200 kilometers an hour.
They
Yeah,
don't
maybe,
have.
maybe 2 million kilometers.
You don't have 2 million kilometers. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
2 million kilometers, no country has 2 million kilometers.
Train, it's mean قطارات. تركب قطارات.
All right, so let's go back to Lao and Chow. Chow, do you have high-speed trains in China?
Well, we do have.
How
30
fast do
years
they
ago.
go?
They go fast. You can look at the figure. The figure says that we have the 10%, beyond 10% GDP growth. So, well, basically it was economic reform, and economic growth is very high. It's like a skyrocket. We started from scratch. Everything is poor, and now we become the second economy in this world. So it has been a
Chow,
very rapid change.
you're giving away too much information. Let me hold you for a sec, because you're going to blow my whole lesson plan.
I did.
He's right. Chow is right. China is growing like no other country economically. So they have high-speed trains that go anywhere from about 200 kilometers an hour to about 400 kilometers an hour. They have over, well, let me ask Lau. Lau, do you know how many kilometers of high-speed train you have?
I don't know. I don't know the exactly number.
I don't either, but I know it's over 10,000 kilometers.
Yes, but I know the high-speed trains speed has been reduced after the accident in the couple years ago.
That is true. I was in China last year, and our max speed was 200.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was an accident a few years back, and the authorities have reduced the speeds. But China, listen to this, guys, has over 10,000 kilometers of high-speed train, all developed in the last 10 or 15 years.
Mm.
That's just trains. Does anybody know what a condo is? What's a condo or condominium? Sarah, what's a condo?
I don't know. Can you write it? And I will copy.
Yep, it's written. It's remember, I'm in Google Drive, so
Condo.
it's in there. So let me go ahead and ask Obid. Do you know what a condo is?
Condo is?
Yeah.
Apartment.
No, really,
Yeah.
no. I
That
don't
you
know
all.
the garden.
Okay. In Europe, we say flat, but condo is actually something you own. It's like a house, but it's in a high-rise.
So,
Okay. So in China, I was there last year, and I don't know how it is in Brazil or Saudi Arabia, but generally we build 1 or 2 condo towers at a time. We sell it, we build another, we sell it, we build another. Well, Al, how many condos do you usually build at a time in China?
Tens of thousands, I think. Yeah.
So in China, there might be 10,000 condos going up at once. I was in several cities, and instead of building 1 or 2 at a time, they build anywhere from 12 to 30 in any. So one developer might build 20, another might build 30, and in a city you might have more than 2 or 3 of these going on at once.
so that is mean it's we need to make apartment. It's developing the country.
China is, I think to say developing is almost an understatement. As Chow said, China is experiencing rapid growth. Okay, so economically, is more than 10% a year. Okay. Now, this is a special class because we've actually got 2 Chinese citizens in the class that can actually tell us things about China. So what I would like to do, I'd like to sort of borrow from small talk, which we had an hour ago, where we talk to people that we don't really know too well. We talk to them about things such as movies, sports, TV, travel.
What about
Hold on,
travel?
let me finish. And so, because we've got two students here from China, why don't we have the rest of the class get to ask Lao or Chow questions about food, travel, and let's learn more about China by actually talking to people who are from there. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
No problem.
All right, excellent. So the rules of small talk are quite simple. Luis, Obid, or Sarah will start a conversation. When we start a conversation, we start simply like this. Hi, my name is Simon. How are you? And the other person, like Luis, might say, great, thanks. My name's Louise. How are you? And then we can
Okay.
start talking about things. But remember, the topic is China. We haven't talked about food or travel yet, so there's a lot there. So who would like to go first? All right, Luis, go ahead. I see you volunteering.
Yes, I'm going to talk with Luo.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Luo. My name is
Hi, Luis.
Luis. I'm from Brazil, and I'd like to know some part of China. What do you suggest for me traveling for China? Which cities I must visit?
Yes, first of all, you can miss you cannot miss the capital in China, Beijing, and you have to go to Shanghai. Shanghai is another big biggest city in China, and if you prefer the beautiful landscape, you have to go to Guilin and Sichuan. Or if you like to some exotic experiences like Tibet, you have to go to Tibet plateau because there are lots of different cultures in and the high altitude. You could experience the uh, Plato's experience and not of the monastery and monks and lama, if you know.
Monastery.
Okay, monastery. Yeah.
And I suppose to speak Mandarin, or I can speak English in these cities.
Um, Usually there are just a few people can speak English. Um, Even though we are forced to study English in school, so it's a shame. But I think you can speak some English and with some easy Chinese, you can learn some easy Chinese phrases. I mean, before you go.
Okay, I'm interested in know about the Chinese medicine.
Mhm.
Which city I have to visit to get this knowledge?
Medicine. Oh, actually, I have no knowledge about this. Which city has has this?
Like a
advan-
country.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you will go Canada. I know Canada is good for medicine.
We
No,
have a
no.
lot of Chinese medicine.
Actually, I mean about the traditional Chinese medicine.
Oh, traditional Chinese medicine.
Yes, like a computer, like the
Okay.
the Chinese
Uh,
philosophy. I don't know if there is any course in China for study this kind of medicine. Not about the Western medicine.
oh, I know. You can find the traditional Chinese treatment in everywhere except the Tibet and Xinjiang or Qinghai, some plateau. You can find it in mainland, the main portion of the China, in the west of and the middle part of China, and in everywhere.
Okay. Do you
Excellent.
know? Okay.
So I want to give somebody else a chance now. And again, Lao or Chow, and Lao had a great chance to speak, so I'd love to give Chow a chance to speak. So who would like to have a conversation next? Yes, Sarah. See you volunteering. You wanted to talk
Sorry,
about
again?
you wanted to talk about travel. So why don't
Yeah,
you have a conversation with Chow?
because Leo was ask him. Oh, okay. Ciao. Okay.
Hey,
Can you hi. My
yeah, hey,
name is Sarah. I'm from Kuwait.
yeah,
You know
please speak,
Kuwait?
please. Well, no.
Okay, it's a small country. I want to ask you about place to buy something from China.
Please,
Like a mall in China. It's to buy many things, stuff, things, bags, shoes, something like this. If I want go
y-
to there.
yes, I see. So, if you want to buy some normal stuff or some luxuries, well, maybe you
If
can
I'm,
go to or have some Chinese special uh stuff.
yeah, okay.
Or
Continue,
okay,
sorry.
okay. So, well, for the luxury or some common stuff, you can go to Shanghai or Hong Kong to buy the place to shop, and they have lots of a big mall like New York or some developed country. But if you want to buy some Chinese special stuff, you can go to Beijing or some traditional place. And I want to mention Xi'an, and in Xi'an, it was a very old city. In there, if you want to buy some Chinese stuff, you can go there and also you can visit. There was a stone warrior. It is so-called stone warrior. There was a term about that, but it is stone warrior, so you can go there to visit. It's a very good place to go. So buying things, Shanghai and Hong Kong is for the common stuff. Chinese stuff, you can go to Beijing to buy some Chinese stuff, and Xi'an or actually anywhere you can find some Chinese stuff to buy.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
We call it, in English, we call it the Terracotta Army.
Yes, exactly. Right. So it was a long word, so
Yeah, yeah. It means from the earth, and I know in Chinese you have a very similar name, from the clay, I think you call them.
yeah, yeah.
All right, excellent. So, you know what, guys, let me just go upstairs. There's somebody making some noise, and I need to get them to stop. But before I do, Obed, why don't you have a conversation with either Lao or Chow? Obed?
Yes.
Yes, why don't you have a conversation with Lao or Chow? Asking them questions about maybe food and the different types of food they have in each province.
Yeah, I want to conversation with the student from China. I want to ask us about something about China, especially about the people. How we can find their people friendly or angry, or what happiness uh, on the people there.
Okay, interesting question. I think, not sure what you're trying to ask. Um, one thing you might ask is, what are the Chinese people known for? What is it like to travel in China? Are Chinese
Yes.
people friendly?
Maybe I didn't visit China before, but I think their people is friendly.
Okay, well, don't ask me. Ask Law or Chow.
Ciao.
Yes. Uh, I think they are friendly to either native people. I think they are more friendly, especially to the foreigners. They would like to welcome you and to sometimes to guide you. So yeah, they are friendly and they are most of them are easygoing. And
Okay.
well, the language can be a barrier. but I think most of them would like to speak with you within English, even though they are not that good at English, but they would like to talk with you. It's
Okay,
my feeling.
okay. What's about this culture in there, Chinese? I know Chinese more culture about all the years ago, maybe 3,000 old years ago. They have many culture. You can give me example from this culture?
Yes. Well, China has a long history, so but the culture changed a lot. I think. Well, in the past, the Chinese culture was, Confucianism, something like that. I forgot the pronunciation. But now
Confucianism.
the Chinese, yes, Confucianism. Now is Chinese is more open, so the culture is like the Western culture. Is maybe Chinese people are more humble. I would say they are sometimes they are kind of shy and not that outgoing, but the culture is basically the same.
Okay,
There's
really, I hope
no
to, yeah,
yeah
yeah, really, I
yeah
hope to
there's
visit
not
China
many.
next.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me have a chance here, guys. All right. Let me just adjust my computer here. I'm going to try to get into the sunlight, or not sunlight, get into a brighter area, so that should work better. All right. So I know a little bit of China. I don't know if you guys can tell from the picture I have there, but my wife is actually from the very northeastern part of China, in Liaoning.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So she's probably about an hour's drive from Shenyang. I'll say,
Yeah.
I know I pronounced it wrong, so let me type it. Which
You
is a very
pronounce it good.
yeah, thank you. Which is a very historic city. And one thing I am very amazed by is the food. Now I live in Canada, but we have some of the largest cities outside of China with large Chinese populations. So in part of Toronto, we probably have about 300,000 Chinese in one community. It's a large area. There's lots of restaurants, and you can really enjoy a lot of good Chinese food. But what I've learned about Chinese food is that each province, and to some degree each town, has its own specialties. The food is incredible. It changes so much from one area to the other. I know Sichuan is very hot and spicy. Yeah. In the south, in Guangdong, they have spicy food, but they also have some very non-spicy food. So I'd like to first ask Chow, what kind of foods do you really enjoy, and do you like to travel and try new food all the time?
Well, I would like to try spicy food in Sichuan because I like spicy, but sometimes I cannot eat too much spicy food. But it tastes good. And also well, yeah, I think you make a very a good point that the food was varies from the province. You say they have different food, so maybe in Shanghai the food is some kind of sweet and something like that. So I don't know. I would like to go to Hangzhou, and there are lots of fish there. So there's some special thing about that. Yeah.
Well, interesting, and I just noticed that Law said that Cantonese food is pricey, but if you two have ever traveled much outside of China, you'll find out that Western food is much more pricey than most Chinese food. For my wedding, we had an incredible meal. I mean, we had everything. They brought out all the wonderful foods for us. Sashimi, they brought sea cucumber. It was just an amazing variety of food. It was really wonderful. But if I had been in Canada, that food would have probably cost 10 times what it cost in China. But the variety is amazing. So let me ask you, Law, what are what are your favorite foods from your hometown? Are you on mute? I don't hear you. We may have lost, or we might have stepped away. If you guys get a chance, look up a TV series called A Taste of China. I think it's a 12-part series that talks about the different foods from China.
I like Chinese noodles.
Oh, noodles are wonderful. Have you ever had fresh noodles, though?
I know how to do it. I learned it.
Well, let me see if I can find a link here on YouTube. And they have English as well as Cantonese or Mandarin. But here's a link here. If you want to find out about food in China, it's incredible. Like I go to restaurants here, and they might have 400 to 600 things on the menu. And whenever you order food, it's very, very quick. Luis, do you like steak?
Oh, sorry, I was watching the video. If I like steak,
Steak,
yes.
yeah. How long does it usually take to cook a steak?
No, I can't cook, but I like to eat steak.
All right. Well, steak or chicken can sometimes take half an hour to cook, depending on how we're cooking it, right? But
Yeah.
in Chinese cooking, you don't take a huge piece of meat and cook it. Usually, you cut it up into smaller pieces. It becomes one of many ingredients with different other spices and flavors and herbs. And when we cut meat up into smaller pieces, it doesn't take nearly as long to cook. So it's pretty common when you go to a Chinese restaurant that your food comes very quickly. Okay, so we talked a little bit about food. We talked a little bit about culture. But we haven't talked about pastimes. I know in Brazil, people love football. In Spain, people love football. And in Saudi Arabia, car racing has started to take off. Chow, what kind of pastimes are popular in China?
Well, basketball, yeah, is popular in China.
And why is that?
And why is that? I don't know, because soccer is very bad in China, so the people choose to play basketball. Well, oh no, well the basketball, I don't know, maybe because of Yao, who is a basketball player, was in NBA, so that just raise people's passion about basketball. Chinese people like playing that. Yes, and also there was a special thing in China that the old people do in the spare time. That is lots of women will go to the park to dance. That become a special thing. Some people make fun of that because they just dance every day, and it cause some inconvenience for other people. But it is something that for the old people to do during their spare time. And also the Tai Chi. Do you know that? Like a Chinese Kung Fu.
Yes, I've heard of Tai Chi.
Yeah, people sometimes do that.
There was actually a Western movie which had Tai Chi in it, but they used it. It was more of a martial arts with Keanu Reeves. So it was half Chinese, half Western movie. An action movie.
And for the young people, I think the lifestyle is same as the Western people. They go to the movie theater, they have party, and yeah, basically the same.
This is very true. I almost saw a movie in China. The problem was it didn't have English subtitles. Iron Man 3 in China with no English subtitles would have been difficult for me.
But there are some.
Oh, there certainly are. Yeah, for sure. All right, have some more small talk where we can learn more about China. Luis,
Yes.
we got two wonderful guests from China. Is there anything else you would like to know about China? Maybe its history, culture,
Actually,
food?
I'd like to know about the film industry in China increased a lot in the last 5 years, I guess. I'd like to know how often, uh, how often have they watched Chinese movies?
Or are you asking, are
Yeah.
movies really popular in China, or is there a Chinese film industry?
Yes, Chinese movie. Yeah.
Yes, we have some Chinese movie industry, but because of these days, you can easily make money with every bad movie or garbage movie. So lots of capital were flooded in, and no interesting plot. Some movies just find some celebrities and with I mean they produced a lot of garbage movie to cheat audience to make money. I don't think they are produced a lot of the good movies.
Okay, so what are some of your favorite Chinese actors or actresses? Like if I see Andy Lau is in a movie, that's what. Oh, Internal Affairs. Yeah, that was with Andy Lau, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
Infernal Affairs?
I think it was. Yeah. Oh, not Internal Affairs. No, The Inferno.
Yeah, Infernal Affairs.
Yeah. That's right.
Andy Lau, Cho Wen Fat, if you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I know him.
and Jack Chan.
Oh, well, who doesn't know Jackie Chan? He's made a lot of English movies.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever seen a Chinese movie?
Jackie
Yes.
Chan.
You've seen Jackie Chan movies, have you?
Many. Not me. Only I see one, but my brother, he see all the movie. Maybe he was old. It's the past, the movie. It's not now.
Okay.
When
Yeah, well,
Jackie Chan come,
he's been in some recent movies,
yeah.
so he's still making movies. Jet Li. Who's heard of Jet Li?
Yeah, it's in what's the name? I forget the movie. Matrix. I don't know.
Matrix.
Matrix. Right or wrong?
I don't know if he's in that one. He might be.
Okay.
So a couple of years ago, guys, I started watching Chinese movies, and yes, you do need subtitles. But I was amazed. I looked at some of the best movies coming out of China, and to me, they were just as good or better than the American counterparts in Hollywood. If you like romance movies, ladies, If You Are the One, the English name. I'm trying to remember the guy who's in it. Shi Q is in it. I think that's how I say her. Sure, pronounce right her name. What's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. He's another actor I like to follow.
Goyo, if you say.
Yes. All you have to do is you have to do a Google search for top Chinese movies. It's easy to get subtitles, but I know you're trying to learn English, and I've always told you shouldn't use subtitles when you're learning English. But if you ever want to check out some Chinese movies and you're a movie buff, download a few.
Okay.
The Andy Lee movies is great.
Have you seen any of his movies?
Yes, but the
Ah,
name is in Portuguese. I don't remember the name in English. There are
yeah.
many Andy movies, Andy Lee movies.
Oh, Shaolin. What's that movie called? He was in that.
Shaolin Stalker?
No, Shaolin. Like the Shaolin Temple. Basically, he was a
Uh,
Oh,
general. They
yes.
attacked the Shaolin Temple, and he became a monk.
The name is Shaolin Temple, I believe.
Yeah, but there was a movie about that where Andy Lau played a major character.
New Shaolin Temple, new
Yeah,
version.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very.
The old version is appeared by Jet Li.
I should watch the old one too. Recent movie, The Monkey King. I think that was this year, or it was last year. And another movie to watch if you like The Monkey King is, I think it's called The Journey to, and that was out last year. Journey to the West starts off as a bit of a dark comedy, but a good action movie.
There is a movie about the Kung Fu Master. It's a drama movie during the World War One, two.
Oh, I don't remember that. Um, the only World War II movie I remember is Flowers of War.
Oh,
Part
I've
Western
watched
Margin.
it.
Yeah,
I've
horrible,
watched
horrible.
this.
The movie. It's not that the movie is horrible. It's that it's a really tough movie to watch because it doesn't really have a happy ending. It's a very sad movie.
Actually, if you like a kung fu movie, I suggest you to watch the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon
I've seen
by
that.
Ang Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, I've watched that.
that's a
Okay.
good movie. What else? See, the thing is, I wasn't really thinking of having a movie discussion here, but I've got a good 2 dozen Chinese movies. But Journey to the West, very good. The Monkey King is also a good movie. Um, If You Are the One and Two. Oh, this was a remake of an American movie. Um, oh, I Know What She Wants. No, What Women Want.
Ah,
And
House of
honestly,
Flying Daggers.
the Chinese version is much better. Deeper story, um, better characters. House of Flying Daggers. I haven't seen that one.
That's great. It's the same actors of the Tiger and Tiger and
Crouching
Dragon.
Tiger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you guys want to learn a little bit more about China, there's a couple of shows to watch, and you can probably find some of these shows on YouTube. But Bite of China about food, great show to watch. It's a long one. It's about 12 episodes, but it really gets into detail, talking about different types of foods, where they're grown, how they're made, and lots of stuff like that. For a more brief show, Traveler's Guide. What's this one called? Let me just find it here, guys. Just bear with me. I've got that over here. See, I don't have a very good memory. That's my downfall. I used to be able to remember movies and songs and TV shows very well, but I've forgotten now. What's this one called? Bear with me. I'm locating it right now. Oh dear. Maybe I've lost. No, I can't find it. It's a travel series where they go throughout China talking about food and inventions and all sorts of stuff. But definitely a bite of China if you're a foodie. Well worth it, guys. Now I've actually taken us right up to 9 o'clock, or the bottom and top of the hour. So class is essentially coming to an end. Thank you for those movie titles, Luis. I'd like to thank everybody for participating. We had a smaller class today, but I'd like to say special thanks to Law and Zhao for coming in and telling us a bit more about China from your own personal experience.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, or 谢谢. And I would like to see you guys again in the future.
Sure.
Okay, teacher, really nice to this class and talking with another student. I want to say thanks, teacher, and we know information about China, but the films, the topic of the films, we have didn't more a lot, especially in Middle East.
All right, and thank you, Law. I'll look up that show. What I try to do in my classes, Luis can certainly attest to this, I like to get you guys talking with each other where I can, because it's important that you can understand other non-native speakers speaking English as well. And I also like to get you guys speaking more than I do. So with that, this class is now over. I am back tomorrow with 2 classes. One class on small talk where we just talk for the entire class. You get to introduce yourself to other students and carry on a conversation without me. All I do is type corrections on the right side of the screen. And then I have a game class at this time tomorrow. Guys, thanks so much for showing up tonight. I'm happy that you chose me as your teacher for today.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
guys.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Wild China. Yeah, I'll check that out.